think of them as a human being, because that's probably what they want you to think of them as anyway. I think for the most part, a lot of us see people in 2D. We see them with certain aspects or traits about them, and that's what we consider them. But there's very few people that we actually see in like 3 dimensions, and I think that it's really important for us to see people in 3 dimensions versus 2 dimensions. And I know this in my own life generally takes place, the 2D thinking in idealization. When I'm idealizing somebody, when I've met somebody and I think, oh, that person is so smart, or that person is so beautiful, or that person is so this or so that. For one, I'm projecting onto them things about myself. I think I'm intelligent. I think I'm good looking, but somehow I can't accept that, so I project it onto the other person. But what this really potentially leads to is 2D, seeing the person in 2D, meaning you're only seeing like certain parts of them. And one of the things that I've really tried to do whenever I have found myself in this type of situation is to start adding elements to my picture of the person, to start giving more dimensions than just 2 dimensions. It's not just they're beautiful, they're intelligent, and nothing else is wrong. They don't have any flaws. They have flaws, and so like if you can start to find some of those flaws, it's not that you're looking for the flaws, but you know what I'm saying? Like, not everybody's perfect, and we tend to idealize people. We tend to focus on the good things and ignore the bad things. So how do we make a 2D person into a 3D person? Well, we start to add parts about them into our picture of them. Maybe they're beautiful and they're smart and they're intelligent, but they are a terrible driver, or they like to sleep in, or, you know, there's something else that they do that is just, you know, not good. And you start to add these elements into them, and what that does is it really, for one, helps you stop idealizing them. But for 2, you're actually building a little bit better picture of them in your mind than just this 2D paper cutout of like just the good things. Because also people being put on a pedestal also can then fall off that pedestal in our own minds. They go from being 2D all good to 2D all bad, and that's not true. There's 3 dimensions to every person. So as I go throughout my life interacting and meeting new people, I try to, especially if I'm finding that I have a tendency to idealize people, I'm trying to add more elements to that picture of them in my mind to help me stop idealizing them and also think of them as a human being, because that's probably what they want you to think of them as anyway. People don't want you to probably think of them as just some 2D, beautiful, intelligent person. So